packed. My vitamins are already out. So I'm already prepared for the day. I'm already prepared to make those healthy habits. I don't have to force them. They just come and they just flow because I put the right rhythms in place. Look, we already got the systems in place to be successful. All you have to do is trust the process. Right. Every single day, you get up, do what you got to do the Zoom calls, get on there, be present, do what you got to do. All right, stay teachable. This is my most important one. Die to old wins, die to old achievements, die to old mindsets, because you'll never climb tomorrow's mountain with yesterday's faith. You understand what I'm saying? You got to die to that old mentality. Yeah, you won yesterday, but today's a new battle.
Amen. Right.
Okay. See, that's why friendships and that's why marriages, all these things get to a point where they just fade out because everybody just coasts and you're on autopilot. No, man up, embrace what needs to be embraced, and be intentional and be in tune and face what needs to be faced and grow and be who you need to be every single day. So stop learning and start leading. Stay teachable, stay coachable. Surround yourself with accountability. This is the best one. Hey guys, stay in the huddle. Get on the Zoom calls. Get in the wellness. Yeah. Get on the wellness calls. I mean, check off the box. Do what you gotta do every single day. Everything is already laid out. Just be present, show up. The best things you can do sometimes is just be in the room. Yeah. Be in the room, be in the right room at the right time, and you can continue to learn and continue to be who you need to be. Thank you for your time. All right.
He's obviously so busy with his church and all of the philanthropic activities that he and his church do for his communities, but also with the new baby and also the other kids and being a dad and just being a great role model. So we're super grateful for you, Corey, and for you being part of our team. We're proud of the fact that you're here with us, and we're just grateful for all the knowledge and all the people that you've impacted already, and that will continue to have impact in Bright Life. And I lost 10 pounds on the 45-day challenge too. So Corey is making a serious impact. And so super grateful. I get a chance to bring up one of the guys that I've been working with as closely as anybody over the course of the last 2 years. And this was another one of those people that I met through friends, through contacts, and you have these people that show up in your life and just it's really another one of those examples of being a God thing. Having an opportunity to work with somebody who has more experience in the network marketing industry than I do, been doing it even longer than I have. You don't get a chance to have an opportunity to work with them, especially a startup. That he could be doing other things. He could be getting paid to for corporate and be with a cush monthly check for doing corporate trainings and just showing up and shaking hands and kissing babies. But he was willing to get in the trenches with me and help us build this because he really saw what we could do long term. And I think it's the perfect message to come after Corey's message because Corey talked a lot about the things that you have to do now to get the results that you want. And what if it did take you 10 years, right? Because so many times, and I just made a post about this the other day, I see so many people, especially in this industry, they take the shortcut. They take the paycheck. They take the deal. They take the deal that they get, but their team doesn't get it, and nobody knows about it. And so the reason why they're making the money is because they got a deal, but none of their team got the deal. Right. And they're doing these short-sighted actions and this short-sighted behavior because it's good for them right now. But they know deep down that it's not going to be duplicatable, that it's not going to be replicatable, that nobody else is going to be able to get the incentives or the deals or the bonuses or the hookup that they got. And so this is a guy who could have taken one of those deals. He could have taken a check, but he saw what we were going to do and what we were going to build, and so he believed in the long-term vision. So this is not a guy who took the quick paycheck or took the deal or took a monthly payment from corporate to just show up and, shake hands and put his name on something. He's actually in the trenches building it. He's done as many meetings as anybody in the company, and he's our number one rep, and that's why we brought him into corporate, because we wanted to have his impact not just on his organization, which obviously is, the number one rep in the company, but we wanted to have his impact all over Bright Life and really have his fingerprint, his DNA on our culture and what we're building here. And so he's just been an incredible part of what we're doing. He's done more meetings than anyone. He's helped, as much as anyone in the field as far as leadership and training and coaching and mentoring. He runs the Saturday calls. He runs the Zooms with me. And so please give it up for your Director of Field Sales, Mr. Denson Taylor.
Guys, for me to be in this position, but the thing of it is this: I see the big picture here, and hopefully, what I share with you today will kind of get the big picture across to you, because it is, like some of y'all might say, 10 years is a long time. I was talking to somebody one time, and I said, "Well, how old are you gonna be in 10 years?" And he told me, "I'll be 83, or 5 years. I'll be 79." I said, "Okay. Guess what? You're going to be 79 in 5 years anyway." Let's go make a lot of money and get this thing out of the way. So that's the bottom line. So let me ask you guys this, even before I don't want to waste time and bore anybody in here. But if it were a possibility for you guys to be at, I don't want to blow anybody out, because I know 500,000 is a lot. I've had people tell me sometimes, "Oh, I wouldn't say 500,000. That's just kind of unbelievable." Okay, so I don't want to offend anybody. What you saying? Okay, all right, Corey. So, who in here, if they knew, let's say it takes, 10 years from now. Does anybody remember where they were 10 years ago? Yeah. What you were doing 10 years ago? What if you had made that decision 10 years ago, and today you're at 500,000 miles? Yesterday, Wes sent you an email saying that we just deposited $125,000 on your Bright Life card. How would that feel, Haley? Come on, Georgette. Yeah, stand up, Georgette. She's dressed for it. She looks like, she's dressed like she actually got $125,000. She came in this morning like, I'm like, pretty girls traveling. But the bottom line, guys, is this: you have to understand that time is going to pass, anyway. And it wasn't Corey motivating as all get out, man. I'm telling you, look, bro, we're going to spend a lot of time together. Next time we come and I stand next to Mike, because he's a professional basketball player, they're going to say, "Man, who'd you play for?" And you know what I'm going to tell them? I'm going to say, "You remember Michael Jordan? You remember Scottie Pippen?" Well, I didn't play with any of those guys. I just play in my backyard. So let me get on that. Be out of time up here fooling around. Okay, so we're going to talk about duplication, today, because the thing that you have to understand is this, and we've always taught this. Ann has worked with me for years. She probably remembers me saying this before. It's not how many you do, it's how good you do a few. Did I ever say that back in the day? It's not how many you do, it's how good you do a few. Well, in this comp plan, it's not how many you do, it's not how many you do, it's how good you do what? Two. You guys think about that. I mean, when I first saw this comp plan, I was like, "Man, has this guy lost his mind?" And my first thought was, this can't be real. Okay, and then a friend of mine who is right now making a high six-figure monthly income in another company, who's risking that for this company, said it only takes 2 to qualify and it pays up to $500,000 a month. I didn't even know what the product was. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This could have been chocolate-covered cockroaches that we were saying. I bet I could find 2. And I can duplicate it, right? So look, for you all that don't know me, and I don't talk about this a lot, but we actually have been involved in network marketing now for over 30 years. We've gone to the top of several major companies. One of those companies was out of Dallas, Texas. This was our first network marketing company. In fact, I want my wife Margaret to come up here because you all will see that she gets up here. She dressed me today. Okay, this is a new shirt I got on. I didn't know she was gonna match me. All right. So, you know, Sean said I look like Cookie Monster. So my wife picked this shirt. He said it was Cookie Monster blue. I'm like, man, don't describe it like that. But anyway, my wife and I have been involved for over 30 years, full-time in network marketing. In fact, our kids, we lost our son a couple of years ago, but he would have been 32 now. Our daughter is 28. And guess what we did back then so we could do this business? Okay, this was our commitment. Tell them what we did as far as education with the kids.
Just former homeschool mom, found out about so many great things you find out when you're in network marketing. I was raised, going to Catholic school, never heard of homeschooling thanks to network marketing, So I wanted to be able to travel, to do the business, let them see, not in the books, but through their own eyes. So that's the opportunity it gave us. I have 30 years of knowledge. I don't know which category to talk about, but yeah.
Well, that was the sacrifice that we made
Yes.
for the business was homeschool, which was the best thing we could have done for our kids. Yeah.
So the first, we would be on the road in the middle of the night, changing diapers in the back, seat of the car. No one really knows it looks all glamorous, but the sacrifice was so worth it.
Right.
Just so worth it. And this is, like you mentioned, we lost our son. This has been the best therapy that you could, because everyone's going through so much. I talked to, they met one of the stars and here, and we were talking to her about the business, and she was just distraught about, she had just lost her puppy. And she was just saying, she goes, I'm gonna stay on the road because travel is therapy,
Right.
So this is the best therapy for anything, because look at all the great people that you meet.
Right.
It's just wonderful. So it's a heartfelt business and I love it.
And today is her birthday. So look, my point there is this, guys. It's the sacrifice. It's the sacrifice. So now, the deal is this, and you guys have seen this. Some of you all have seen this, some of you all haven't. But this is what you have to understand. I showed this to a group a year ago, right here, right? And I told them, you got formulation, you got concentration, you got momentum, and you got stability.
Yeah.
All right, when we started back then, we were like over here. Everything West was still, even though we had the best thing out there, it was still being formulated. Would you agree, Wes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a year ago, we're here, okay, and we go through this information. We were in formulation. Now, Wes, would you say that we probably are in concentration now?
Probably getting close.
Getting close. Okay, so let me explain to you my experience with this chart here. Because a lot of people look at this and say, big deal. So what? Well, I'll show you what.
Never gets old, Denson. Keep going.
There you go. Look, our first company was a company called Excel out of Dallas, Texas. It was founded in 1988. I had never heard of it at that time. They were there to take advantage of a $100 billion industry called long distance. Anybody remember long distance?
Yeah.
Now look, this kid is 21. Man, 21 years old, good looking kid, about to be making $500,000 a month. I hate you, man. But you know what? You ever heard of long distance?
No, sir.
See? So anybody, let me explain to you how this used to work, okay? We had telephones where You actually had to stick your finger in the hole, take it around, wait for it to come all the way back around. But if somebody was in another city, then it costs you per minute to talk to them. That's what long distance was. Yep, and if that's one of the worst whippings you could get in my house. Y'all remember that one? Do not play with the phone, okay? So we actually got paid on that. That was what that first company for us was all about. It was a $100 billion industry. Now, travel is the largest industry in the world. Not to mention the digital product that we have, right? It's much bigger than what long distance was. So my point is this. Because it was long distance, it was only a domestic company. It was only here in the U.S. And a good friend of mine, we'll just call him Paul, okay, actually one of my mentors, this guy got involved in that company early on. Kind of where we are now. We're earlier in this company than when he got involved in that company. Now, when I got involved, we were in real estate. I was a real estate broker. Man, I had it going on, man. I was a broker. I might take you around and show you houses, but I was broker than you were. Praying that you bought that house, right? But I had my own company and all that. I had a Lexus, getting in the Lexus, man, and I'm making payments, okay? But the bottom line is this. This guy was a top money earner, so when I looked at the newsletter from that company, I saw, it said Paul had made $514,000. So I'm like, man, that's not bad. I made a little bit over 6 figures, Mike. I'm not doing too bad. Then it said for the month of. I'm like, ooh, something not right. And from that day, I never sold another house. She'll tell you, I've never sold another house. Now, how important are events? Margaret was 8 months pregnant, no joke. We had an event in Dallas, Texas. We left from Memphis. We drove. Her doctor said, you are not to go. And we were like, we got to go. We went to that event, and that's the only reason we're standing here right now. That's why you have to make these events. Nothing makes sense about it, but you have to make the event. Okay? Because the event's going to take it from your head to your heart. When it gets in your heart, no broke person out there is going to talk you out of your dream because you know that this is. So that's why the events are so important. Okay? So I'll put that little plug in. So now, we got involved in that company about 8 or 9 years after Paul. And by that time, guys, they had over 1 million people. Wow. Over 1 million people. Wes, do you think we'll have 1 million people here one day?
Yeah. We're going to have way more than 1 million.
Yeah.
Way more than 1 million. Okay? So look at what happened to us, okay? Paul got involved in formulation before the momentum curve. We got involved on the back end of the momentum curve. Now, we were documented as the top money earners of our era in that company. We made a 6-figure monthly income. But he was at 1.2 million a month. We were at 120,000 a month. Do you guys realize? I'm telling you, 120,000, man, we rolling. Yeah. But when I got around these guys, I felt broke. I felt like, man, what? My 120 ain't in there, 0.2. What is going on, man? What am I doing wrong? Well, somebody tell me what was wrong. It was timing. That was one thing. Look, I could present better than anybody.
Yeah.
I could work harder than anybody.
Yeah.
I look better than this guy. But one thing that I could not go back in is what time. I could not. And so we always look for that next perfect deal. Now, we made millions of dollars in other companies, but we never caught the right company at the right time. That's why I wouldn't take a deal with another company over this timing of this opportunity here. Because I know what's going to happen. And then the fact that it only takes 36,000 people to max the comp plan out. Wes, are you crazy? I mean, it's like 36,000 people. So what that told me is this. We'll have a room this size. We'll have a room 10 times larger than this potentially one day where everybody's maxing out the comp plan. Everybody get an email on Friday. You get your 125,000. Yeah, I got mine. You get. Don't you dare start dancing. So, just to show you documentation real quick. This was, me and my wife, 123,000. We were the third top money earners. This guy became a billionaire. So we know where Wes is headed. This guy ended up being worth over 700 million. I'll take that. And this, this guy was the $1 million a month guy. And this is us pictured, with those two. So again, guys, I want you to understand this is real. Your lifestyle, it's not just something that we got. The private jets and the yachts are going to be part of your life. Can y'all imagine? Has anybody flown private? What's different about private jets?
Just you. Just you. It's private.
Yeah. There we go.
There's no waiting line.
So you don't have to worry about TSA not, making you miss your flight and all that. That's what I was flying so much at one point, Wes, I was able to make a special arrangement with Delta because we live in Atlanta. And this was that arrangement. And I told him, I said, look, if I'm not here when you leave, just go on without me. It's okay. And that was a special arrangement. Now, next company we go to, we were the first ones to go through 50,000 a month there. This was the first company that took travel and made it work. This is us getting a check for $50,000, right? Wow. And look, we recruited the top money earner of this company. He had over 450,000 people in his organization. When he saw this plan, he couldn't believe it. He was just like, it only takes two? I could tell when he got excited because he saw the story. He was like, just take two? Pay for 500? What? He could not believe it, man. So what I'm telling you guys is this has never been done before. Don't take it for granted. You do not want to look back 5 years from now and say, look, I was there. I was absolutely there. And see, I'm going to give you guys the secret to making this work. Anybody want the secret? Yeah. Well, you absolutely cannot fail. Now, has anybody spent any time won any money in the casino? Okay, so look, Byron's the only one in the room that won money. So if anybody needs anything, the guy sitting right back here. So now, this is the secret to really making it work. Okay, now I know, this kid is looking like, what's a written list? He's an internet guy. But for old people like us, make a list of everybody you know. Now, it used to be much harder to make a list. Why? Because now it's just right here in your cell phone. Does anybody have people in the cell phone that they know? Okay. Now, this is what I would do if I were you. Take this paper, take this pen, and anybody you got in there that you got influence with, write them down. Write at least 20 of them down. Because if you got influence with 20 people that you contact, I can't imagine that you can't get two. You just got to talk to them. Well, what if they say no? It's not going to kill you. I've never known for a person to get hurt, leg get broke because they asked somebody to take a look at something, right? So now, we're going to play a card game. Let's say your written list is this deck of cards here. Does anybody in the room know at least 52 people? Yeah. Okay, so let's say this is your written list. And this deck of cards is a regulation playing deck. So what if I told you, okay, if you'll flip one card at a time, every time you get an ace, I'll pay you $1 million. Who would do it? Okay, now, what's your earning potential? How many aces are in this deck in a regulation deck? Yeah, 4 aces with no jokers, right? So now, 4 aces gives you an earning potential of what? $4 million. So you all would flip one at a time, 52 cards for a possibility of $4 million. Now, we're about to get real now, Corey. What if I only gave you 1 minute to do this? How would that change your approach? See, y'all are like all excited now, but then guess what? What if you flip 5 cards with no aces? I can see some of y'all now. Ruben's like, man, I knew it wasn't gonna work. They left one of my stripes off of my Adidas suit that I had. This guy had the coolest outfit, man. He was Run DMC, and then I looked. I said, man, something is off about his outfit. His Adidas thing only had 2 stripes instead of 3. His wife had taken the real one. Actually had the one with 3 stripes. But look, why wouldn't you spend a lot of time being discouraged if you knew that was real?
4 million.
Yeah, you know it's a possibility of 4 million, and you only have, what, 1 minute to get it done, right? So now all of a sudden, you know, now I know there's some of y'all right here. What if you got a 2 of clubs? Okay, what if you got a 2 of clubs? What would you do? Would you spend a lot of time trying to change it to an ace? See, I can hear some of y'all now. You know, man, all you got to do is turn this to an A, and yeah, white out one of these. And see, now y'all might say, well, what does it have to do with my list? Tamara, you can do this. Tamara, you'll love to travel. Tamara, you know, but you only got 1 minute to get to your aces. Now, if Lanisa is my ace and I'm spending all my time talking to Tamara, then guess what? I'm out of time. Right? I'm sorry, Tamara. I didn't mean to use Tamara. So, you figured out pretty quickly what? This is just a game of sorting, okay? So, what if you commit? What if you made a list of 52 names? And you committed to get through to your 4 aces? Because mathematically, think about it. How many cards could you mathematically go through before you even got to 1 ace if it's 52 in a day?
48.
You could go through 48. You have to go into this understanding that I might talk to everybody I know, okay, before I get somebody. So I might talk to all of these folks. So then it comes down to the point of, are you gonna take a year to talk to everybody you know? Or are you gonna just go on and rip the Band-Aid off? So what? Tell me yes, tell me no, tell me quick, because I gotta go. You know, that's gotta be your motto. Because what is the only thing that stops people from doing this? Their ego, right? I don't want them to tell me no. I don't want to talk to people that I know. Well, guess what? The stuff that do you think people you know would enjoy the experience that you've had this weekend?
No, absolutely.
Yes.
Man, last night was unbelievable, man. Some of these costumes that we saw. We had a taco and hot sauce. I mean, man. We had Foxy Brown. Did y'all see Foxy Brown in the house? You probably don't recognize her today. But, man, it was unbelievable. We had the Joker in the house. That's big time fun, guys. You know, so again, people that you know are going to be interested in this, but you can't be afraid to tell them. Because what are you afraid of? Them telling you no? Well, they are 2 of clubs. There are 5 of hearts. Okay, but you got some aces in the deck that you absolutely need to get to. So it is a game of sorting. So this is the deal. You want to qualify with your 2. Why? What does this qualify you for? It gives you a free membership. Do you guys realize that when you refer 2 people as an influencer, you get your initial $200 back in travel dollars? Yeah. Now, who in here has used travel dollars? Have your travel dollars been worth more than $200? There we go. Why? Because you're getting wholesale travel, and this man is giving you the opportunity to pay for it with travel dollars. Isn't that a great question? Would you like to pay for it with travel dollars or your credit card? Has anybody ever had Priceline or Travelocity give you that option to pay for it anything other than your credit card? No, you've never been reimbursed. They will never send you a paycheck. Trust me. And then you qualify for the entire comp plan, which pays up to as much as what? $500,000 a month. Now, let's look at this. Like yesterday, some of us met the granddaughter of, what's the big actor?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Okay, now think about this. She lives full time here in the Bahamas. Why? Why would somebody live here full time?
Gorgeous.
Because they can. Okay? Why do you think she can live here full time? Because of the price that her grandfather paid, right? Who in here would like to pay that price for their future generation? Put something in place that they can't screw up. Well, do you think they can live any life they wanted to live if you paid a price right now for them to get a residual of $500,000 a month? I wouldn't even give my grandkids that much money. I know the middle one. Baby, Aaron, I ain't gonna give Aaron that kind of money. I got one grandson, man. He's 11 years old. Yeah, I probably give him like $300 a month. His older brother, he'll be able to handle it. But my point is this, guys. That kind of income allows you to be able to put something in place. Do you realize you could put a principle in place that continues to grow where future generations, like Sean Connery's granddaughter, is taken care of to be able to live the kind of life that she wants to live?
Absolutely.
That's the deal. That's what you have the opportunity here to do. So it pays up to $500,000 per month. Now, how soon do I have to get this done in order for me to have a 100% free membership, never have to make a payment? Yeah, really, we'll say first 28, but first 27 waives your fee. Now, does anybody in the room, did you guys do that? Anybody? So that means that you guys never had to pay the fee. You never had to pay the fee. 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 Now, did West give, I know y'all never had to pay the fee, but did West give y'all some warped, watered down version of the app that doesn't give you the full benefit?
No.
Did you get the bucket list trip? Can you go play golf at over 500 courses around the world? Do you have access to the private jets and private yacht charters? Can you go to the foundation room in different markets? So what am I saying? Why wouldn't your people want to get to and get all that for free?
That's right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Okay? So now, the next thing that we want to do is what? Help your tutor qualify. And then if you manage to duplicate that, guys, this is the bottom line, is you activate the comp plan at $300 a month. So I'm going to run through this very quickly. 5 minutes, okay? So your first deal is what? You refer your to, you qualify within your first month for your membership, $200 in travel dollars, the entire comp plan, which pays up to as much as what?
$500,000.
Okay, and you duplicate. Now, this is what got me in the business. So people wonder, how do you get big hitters in the business? And I didn't even need to see a presentation. This is no joke. Somebody sent this to my phone. I looked at it. I said, this can't be real. And then a friend of mine that made $60 million over the last 7 or 8 years said, you only need 2. It pays up to $500,000 a month. And you know what I said? How do I start? Okay. It was that simple. So now, think about this. Guys, this is all you have to do in this comp plan. If you get your 2, and let's say you got them within your first 28 days, what do you want to do? What's your next step? If you didn't know anything else about this, then you know what? All I want to do is help. Now, it doesn't matter how you do this. I love meetings like this. We have made millions of dollars building meetings like this. Why? Because it's social proof. But we got social proof online people in the room, right? So you can create the same social proof online. Now, let me plug this. Our webinars, guys, who's serious about making $500,000 in the next 5 years, 10 years? Would you take 30 minutes a night to get on a webinar? See, this is what you have to understand. This holds true with webinars and meetings, right? If you got a guest, you need the webinar. If you don't have a guest, the webinar needs you. Are you guys with me? Okay, so the night you choose to bring a guest, and we've only got 20 people on or 30 people on, you're like, oh man, wouldn't it be better for you if you had 100 people on, 200 people on, 300 people on. Y'all see what I'm saying? We have to work together. Why? Because all of us, it's room for all of us to get to $500,000 a month. Is that worth your time and activity? Yes or yes? Let's get real about this, right? It must become what, Corey? A habit. You've got to get in the habit of saying, look, no matter what. You know how many webinars I missed in this company? Zero. You know how many meetings I missed if I commit to be there? Zero. You know why? Because I know what's coming in the future. And I know when we get to $50,000 a month. Lee Lemons used to say this all the time. Oh, here comes that phone guy. And then, here comes the phone man. Then all of a sudden we get to 30 or 40 or 50,000 a month. Oh man, he's the man. Well, you're gonna be the travel man. You're saying $50,000 a month. Oh, he's the man. All these people, man, I got a master's degree, I got a doctorate degree, I got a JD degree, I'm a lawyer with no MONEY. I don't have a college degree. There you go. And see, this is my deal. Which would you say? Grammatically correct, Mike, is I am broke. But not grammatically correct is what? I is a millionaire. So people will call you whatever you want to be called as long as you got money. So now, so this is a simple process of duplication. You have your two to do that. You're not qualified for anything on this chart, but when those four refer to, if we go to the chart, 7 qualifies us for what on this chart? $300 a month.
5 and 5.
And what did you do in this? Oh, you did. No matter how you do it, whether you do it on social media, I'm going to tell you what I'm about to do. I'm about to put me 10 markets in place, and I'm going to run them like a mail route. My wife will tell you, I have done that before to create multi-million-dollar businesses. Because this is what I understand. If you had a guest in this room right now, do you think they would get in the business?
Yeah. I got one, Denson.
There we go. So yeah, so they're in. So now, is that not the system? Is that not the system? Think about it. Like, you know what? You guys get involved. I'm part of your upline. Guess what? I will make you part of my mail route. I will come here on a regular basis because I love the weather. And I love you guys. But the thing that you have to understand, guys, is when you get a couple people in the business and they can bring somebody back to that same experience, that in itself is a system. But we have to create that with the webinars. So the bottom line is this, okay? Those 8 get 2. Now all of a sudden, your organization is growing and your income is growing. Does that make sense to you guys? Now I'm going to click all the way through this because it's pretty simple and self-explanatory, but it's one other thing I want to show you all very quickly, okay? And then I will be done. So now, all you got to do, now what if you get your 2 and say, I did it, that's it? How far is it going to go if you're not supporting your people? You must be a leader.
Right.
Okay, you must, when you sponsor a person, you got to take responsibility for their success.
That's right.
So if I refer to within my first month, I qualify for my membership, my money back, and the comp plan. And if all I did over the next 12 months is to help each person to qualify, to not have to pay that fee, 12 months from now, I'm at $50,000 a month. Does that make sense to you guys? What is this? Ain't rocket science, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm crazy, but I remember. Y'all remember when Mike Tyson fought Evander Holyfield and Evander was just dominating Mike?
Yeah.
And what Mike do next? He bit his ear off, right? So Mike was trying to get his license back. This actually happened. I saw it. So he's in front of a committee. And you know what Mike said? Mike said, I might be a little crazy, but I'm not crazy. Well, but you're kind of crazy. Well, you have to almost be a little bit crazy. If people aren't looking at you and saying, man, he crazy. Man, this guy's out of his mind. That'll never work. You got to be a little crazy. But don't be crazy. Now, I'm going to give you guys a close, okay, very quickly. First mover advantage. Do you all understand that when you start your business, even right now, I started my business over a year ago, we call them equity positions. Has anybody seen people show up in their organizations that they did not put there?
Yeah.
Okay, those are called equity positions. Why? Because you can use those same numbers to get paid, whether you put them there or not. So now, this is your close. Anybody you're talking to from now, you say, look, you're looking at this with quite a few other people right now. And if for whatever reason you don't make it a priority, they get in before you, you have to take the next open spot below them. So what does that mean? What do y'all think we're going to help these people to do right away?
Get two.
Get there too and teach them to help their two to get two. Let's say they ended up with 500 members on one side of their business. Well, if you go on and lock your position in and those 500 happen to hit you, fall in your organization, if you manage to grow that other side to 500 members, that's $15,000 a month. Now, $15,000 a month, Wes, what's going to happen with the leaders that are at $15,000 a month?
Well, we're gonna give them Rolexes,
So you're going to get the rollie.
and then we're gonna do an annual trip that's all expenses paid for 2 people.
Okay, so all expenses paid. Now, I know some of the women are looking like, I don't want that little woman's Rolex. Can they get the big one if they want?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. He's already got that worked out. And you know what, guys? These 500 can come from one person. I got a call from a guy above me that I've never met. And I'm glad that it worked out this way, because he was telling me, he said, look, I just got diagnosed with Parkinson's, I believe it is. He said, now, I want to know if I can plug into what you're doing. You know why? Because from me hitting his business, that took him halfway to $15,000 a month. Guys, you don't know where it's going to come from. The only thing you know is that if you stop, then it's over. Okay, just keep going. You just don't know where it's going to go to. So that's my time. I hope that, I hope y'all got something out of this. If nothing else, it's not who wants it the most, it's who wants it the longest. My $1 million a month mentor used to always say that people are a little bit too cute and a little bit too prissy to do network marketing. Guys, look, network marketing has created more millionaires from any everyday business out there for everyday people. And this is the most powerful compensation plan ever put together, period. Nothing's ever been done like this before. So lean into it, okay, own it, and let's make it happen, okay? So, Wes, you want to bring Mike? I want to be like Mike. All right.
Give it up for Denson.